Chris Adams-Wall back here on the Biscuits pregame show. We're talking today with Rays outfielder Colby Rasmus. Colby, thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here.
You're making a rehab assignment right now with the Biscuits. You're back home. Technically, you're from Columbus, Georgia, but you still have a place in Phoenix City, I believe, right across the river from Alabama. What's it been like to be back here in the state of Alabama?
It's been great. It's been great. I actually grew up in Phoenix City, and we didn't have a hospital there, so I was born in Columbus, Georgia. So I don't claim Columbus, but that was one of them things. They always said since my birthplace was Columbus, so they considered me a Georgia boy. But right now I'm going to set the record straight. I'm an Alabama boy, born and bred. As my granddad would say, Alabama born, Alabama bred. When I'm gone, I'll be Alabama dead. But it's it's great to be here, man. In Montgomery, I was excited to come here and be able to play in front of these fans. Had a lot of friends and family come. I got some family right up above Prattville out in the country, slap out Alabama. So it's good to be here. Weather's been nice since I've been here. I was expecting it to be a little hotter, but, man, the weather's been great. Some good baseball here, getting to play against the Braves, which is cool. Grew up a Braves fan. So all is good.
All around good time for you, and an all around good time for you at the plate. Your first time up to the plate with the Biscuits a couple nights ago. You hit a moonshot over the right center field wall, but there are two walls back there. Initially it was called a home run, but it looks like it got stuck between the two walls. They came back and called it a ground rule double. You had to go back out there, but how cool was that moment? You put a pretty nice swing on it, I thought.
Yeah, that was cool. It was funny how that went down, but yeah, it was. I've been grooving my swing to try to be ready to hit one of those, and it worked out pretty good. I got inside of it just a touch. If I'd have got a little better, might have got it out of here. But I told the umpire I wanted to see that ball, But I ended up, the manager said that it got caught in between the fence. But I was just cutting up with the umpire, telling him I wanted to see that ball just to make sure. I didn't know if he was going off the word of the outfielder or what, the trust factor around here. Right. So
show me the proof.
Yeah, being new to Double-A, so I wanted to make sure everything was legit, because I knew we wasn't going to get no replay on it. But, it's all good fun, man. I was happy to be able to put a good swing on it like that. I felt good. That guy made some good pitches on me later in the game. Those were some good battles, and that's good for me to be able to see some pitching like that, before I go back to playing in the big league games, because, as we know, it's the big leagues, and those guys don't give hits away, and it's a tough league. And so it was good to be able to face some good competition, and he came with it.
You're on a rehab assignment because of a hip. You had hip surgery in October. How is that hip feeling? We know you had a bit of a collision a week and a half ago when you first tried your rehab assignment with the High A Charlotte Stone Crabs. How is everything feeling, though?
It's feeling good. My hip feels pretty good. I had a bone spur removed from my hip, my labrum repaired in my hip. I had both sports hernias on both sides, and then my adductor and my groin repaired. And the groin, my adductor's probably been the hardest part, but that's what kept me back for quite a while. I was trying to get that healed up right and getting it stretched out and then strengthened up, so that took some time. But right now I'm feeling good and healthy. So far it's been good getting down the line, playing in the outfield with my swings. My back hip feels strong. So I hope that continues, and I'm just going to continue to work hard.
We mentioned you're from Alabama. As you set the record straight, you won a state championship for Russell County High School back in 2005 in Seal, Alabama, when you and your three brothers, who are separated by about a year apiece, were all on the same team. And your dad, Tony, coached the team. What was that season like, 2005, when you guys were state champs?
Man, that was something we strived for a long time, probably since like 7th grade. We got that team together out at Russell County. We had some guys transfer in. I transferred from another school, and we worked hard, man. We spent countless hours in the gym, countless hours on the field, practicing, working, blood, sweat, tears. I mean, we really put our heart and soul into trying to win a state championship. We tried the years before, made the playoffs, didn't end up making it. And that year, man, it wasn't just a gimme year either. We ended up getting they ranked us number 1 in the nation that year. We had like 6 guys that were throwing 90-plus miles an hour. We had a good squad, man. We put together a good team, and like I said, it wasn't no pushover to get to the championship. We fought some good teams: Stanhope Elmore, Paul Bryant. So that was probably one of my proudest moments of baseball in my career. Getting drafted and playing in the big leagues, man, it's been awesome. But winning a state championship, and I got to do it here on this field in Montgomery, and with my brothers, you know, all the kids that I grew up with from back home, all my good buddies were on that team, and just everything that we did to go into that, my dad being the coach, you know, I would say that was my proudest moment as a baseball player at anything. After all the things I've done in the game and in the league, I'm so proud to say that we won that Alabama State Championship. We were ranked #1 in the nation, and that was just a dream year, man. We had a blast.
And this is coming from a guy who knocked the New York Yankees out of the playoffs by himself a couple of years ago. You have played for the Houston Astros. That's the team you did that with. Back in 2015, you played for the Toronto Blue Jays, and you played for the St. Louis Cardinals, the team that drafted you. Now you're Tampa Bay Ray. Of those first 3 teams, though, what's been your favorite pit stop so far at the Major League level?
Man, it's hard to say my favorite one. They all have their different, you know, pros. There's a lot of good things about every team. You know, it's not always going to be the perfect fit. That's one thing about this game, man. It's a crazy ride. You're not always going to get along with everybody. Everything's not always going to bounce your way. St. Louis was an awesome place to play, 45,000 every night. I was just a young kid at the time, and I came onto a team that was packed with veterans. And I just didn't really know. You know, I was just young and didn't understand. I was just wanting to play ball and get out there and keep the game simple. But the game just kind of got sped up on me with guys that knew the game in and out a lot better than I did. And Toronto was a great place for me. I had a lot of fun. It's a great city. You know, a lot of good things there. It was a fun league. I got to go from the National League to the American League East, which I like the American League better. You know, just kind of bang 'em baseball. And then going to Houston. Houston was probably my best place to play because they let me be myself. You know, they let me grow my hair out long and kind of be who I wanted to be, which was a cool thing for me, and I really enjoyed that. And I was thankful to them for letting me be that, because sometimes in this game, you know, short hair and limb, you know, laced up, looking good.
Well, with the Yankees especially, you can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, you know how it's Major League Baseball, and they try to keep it a certain way, kind of like a fraternity, if you will. And I haven't always fit that mold. I've always been a little different. Tried to do things a little bit differently in my own kind of way. So I was thankful that the Astros, you know, kind of let me grow into that, and I was thankful. And so far with the Rays, you know, it's just been a short stint, but I'm thankful that they gave me a chance. I feel blessed in that. I just want to go out once I get healthy and try to help this team win.
Well, we've enjoyed having you here in the capital city so far, and once you do go up to the majors, best of luck with the Rays, and good luck with everything going forward. Colby Rasmus, thanks for joining us on the Biscuits pregame show.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. War Eagle.
We're going to go to a break right now, but when we come back, lots more, so stay tuned.